Hi, everybody, and welcome to The Takeaway. Well, we are back with Alex Newman. We are back talking about crazy California, and we are back talking about how crazy California is about to impose really, really dangerous legislation that will make homeschooling impossible and very, very hard to deal with. Alex, talk about these two pieces of legislation that are now going through even as we speak, going through the California legislature.
Yeah, well, thank you, Duke. So basically, these are two very, very dangerous pieces of legislation. One of them was introduced by a far-left lesbian Democrat, Assemblywoman Eggman. And this bill, if it was approved, would create a committee to start exploring the idea of imposing standards, curricula, and minimum qualification requirements for homeschool educators. So this would basically give the opportunity to the extremist authorities in California to order homeschoolers to teach certain things or to not teach certain things, to include certain content. And we know how quickly that'll turn into, the pro-LGBT propaganda. They also want to explore the idea of making sure that homeschool parents have certain qualifications. They've explored even in the past the idea of requiring them to have a teaching credential from the state. So this would decimate the homeschooling community in California because most homeschool parents do not have state-mandated teaching licenses, and many would not do that. This is a major threat to home educating parents across the country. This is even a threat to private schools. In fact, some activists called Assemblywoman Eggman's office to find out, would these mandatory standards and curricula that are being explored, and would these mandatory teaching certifications that are being explored, would those apply to private schools as well? And her staff reportedly said yes, absolutely, including Montessori schools, Waldorf schools, any kind of alternative education the government of California, these legislators in particular, want to bring under the thumb of government control. Now, why they would want to do that, is beyond me. I mean, unless we explore their ulterior motives, because we know, we reported here at the Newman Report at FreedomProject that more than half of California's children cannot even score basic proficiency in reading or in math. Less than 1/4 of black boys can score proficiently on the government's own dumbed-down tests for reading. So the idea that we would want to expand this abomination to cover everybody is just total lunacy. And the other bill would actually purport to require mandatory government inspections of homeschoolers' houses. This singles out homeschoolers to have government agents come in there and check that their home is safe, as if homeschool homes were any less safe than any other home. In fact, the data shows just the opposite. And the data also shows that homeschoolers are far better educated than their government school peers on average. I mean, 30 to 50 percentile points. The difference is just massive. And so this targeting of homeschoolers, first of all, it doesn't make sense from a practical perspective. And second of all, it's a major threat to parental rights and to educational freedom.
Yeah, to take that first bill, clearly what's happening here is with the homeschool market has expanded. Not only are moms and dads able to homeschool across the country in their home, but they're also able to do a variety of online homeschool options, including our FreedomProject. And I think K-12 jumped in, right? K-12 then, public schools went to an online option, supposedly free, so that kids could get free public school in their living room as a way to try to offset the burgeoning power of homeschool. The real problem here, though, is like you said, Alex, most moms and dads who homeschool do it because they know that the schools are broken and they're corrupt. They know that the education colleges that train our teachers do not train our teachers primarily to be good at math and science and reading. They train them to be ideologues. They train them to be agents of socially progressive values. They train these teachers to be psychosocial evaluators of our kids. This has nothing to do with education. This is exactly what moms and dads rightly want to pull away from. And now the California legislature is about to impose this on families, to force them to become basically glorified public school teachers, teaching the same garbage, the same sociology, the same political activism in the home that they would have gotten in the school. It is a really alarming thing.